For those guys who do 3D stuff, have you done 3D painting? Painted your objects in 3D, right? It's a pretty awesome idea, right? Max 2011 has this new feature, the viewport canvas, where you can paint on it. The software like Deep Paint 3D, where you can paint on it, right? Okay. Now Deep Paint and then Photoshop. Oh, of course, Photoshop CS5 extended. You can paint your 3D objects on there, right? Extremely painful, extremely slow. This software is Painted 3D in 1998, and I used this on a Pentium 2, and it was super blistering fast, and I could paint multiple layers with bump maps on there. Extremely fast, but it disappeared. So now another one very quickly to show you where I think tools should go. Keeping it simple, keeping it playful. Has anyone used Kai's power tools here before? Anyone here? Anybody? Come on, someone must be old enough. Am I the only oldest? You have. I know. Admit how old you are. No, sorry. Come on, Mike. I see you behind there, hiding away. You have used it, haven't you? Okay. So Kai's was really easy. You'd have these different plugins that could do so many things very, very quickly. But it's all about play. And if you can see, the interface is really cool as well, right? It promotes play. It's not, it doesn't have this bland looking stuff that, you go like, oh, what do I do? Here it's more like, ooh, what does this do? What does that do? What happens when I click on this? The texture explorer, right? You click on those little balls to create different variations. You could change all these little things, just creating different textures. But you could sit there for hours doing stuff like this. Here's a scene builder, a very simple thing where you can just load in objects or create spheres and cubes and cylinders, throw in textures, throw in lighting, and render it out, right? Blistering faster than bloody CS5 right now, I can tell you that. Okay. Here's the Texture Explorer. Again, this is the Fractal Explorer, actually. Exploring fractals for textures, right? All these tools which you just don't get anymore. This is actually a image database. I think it was image software, some kind of image software. Okay, but again, looking at the interface, you want to click on something, you want to play with it, you want to see what it does. This is Kai's Power Goo, right? You've got the little smudge, nudge, mirror. You can play around and warp things. This is actually available now on the in the App Store. It's called Stretching Faces or something like that. The guys who actually worked at the company before, they went out and created their new company and started doing that. So, how much time do I have? 10 minutes, holy crap. Okay, so, very quickly. Now, all is not lost. So, I've ranted on about software being crap and not allowing us to play. But there are still tools out there which do allow us to play. And I'm just going to very briefly show you a couple of these tools. One of them is called Alchemy. Has anyone heard of Alchemy? Awesome. Oh, yeah, sorry. It's my thing that doesn't like to run outside. Okay, now this is Alchemy, and it starts off with just a blank screen. It's got a very simple tool set, and I think that's where it's kind of cool, where you've only got a few things here that you can do, but what's nice about it is that you put your draw your normal simple lines and stuff, but you see, here I'm trying to draw a line, right, but it's not allowing me to draw a line. It's doing this little scrolly stuff, right? And that actually is how it limits me by not allowing me to do what I want. It's saying, you can't do everything you want. You want to draw, but I'm not going to let you draw what you want. I'm going to nudge you to the side of it. Right? It's forcing you to actually play. It's forcing you to experiment. It's forcing you to sit there and create stuff. So you can actually do a lot of things, explore shapes, explore shapes with colors, and of course I'm like now really doing something really random right here. But and the other thing that I like about it as well is that it doesn't have an undo. So when you're doing stuff, you're going like, oh, okay, what do I do here? No, I didn't like that. No undo. So you go backwards. You erase stuff, but you're literally just playing with shapes, and it has different things like blindness, right? Blindness basically draws blind and then creates it. So you start playing, you start experimenting, you start seeing what can you do with it. You've got like there's also stuff like the mirror tool, gradient, but yeah, you guys should actually spend some time, try it out, check it out, play with it. It's a interesting tool. Like, okay, let's see. I just dabbled some stuff here. Now I kind of like, okay, maybe I'll do something like, kind of reminds me of a tree or something, right? So, maybe I'll do a tree. So start playing with that, getting the shape of my tree here somewhere, right? Little gnarly roots kind of thing, little branches going up somewhere here, right? So again, it's not looking at what you want to do, but sort of like starting to play with and create stuff with, but creating stuff by playing with it. You're just literally playing with it. So it's currently a lot of guys who do a lot of concept art. Some swear by this tool. Some swear that it pulls their creativity out. I tried this with a bunch of students as well in Doodling, and well, yeah, half of them were like, I don't get it, doesn't work for me. But the ones who did get it, they were like, oh my God, this tool is so awesome. It's just, yeah, playing with it and realizing that you could make something by just looking at the shapes and feeling around. Of course, it's not a finishing tool. It's about discovery. It's about discovering things. So like, and honestly, I'm not, like I said, I kind of like dabble in art, so I'm not really a good artist. But even this has me like, completely like, ooh, I can do some interesting stuff here. Like, you use a symmetry tool. Oh, maybe like, hey, I can make some kind of awesome robot dude kind of thing. Get there. Again, like that. Start playing with that. Okay. That kind of looks weird with his feet coming out. Robots don't have feet like that. Do this, cut that out. So again, playing with things. So creating shapes, working with things, getting ideas, drawing those ideas out, doodling. Another doodle software, or not really doodle software, what kind of doodle software is a sculpting software, which is kind of cool. It was a free software at one point. It was made by one guy, and then it was bought by Pixelogic, the guys who make ZBrush. Right? Any of you tried ZBrush here? You played with ZBrush? Yeah? You guys like ZBrush? Yeah? Yeah? Have you used everything in ZBrush? Right, because it's like really hard to get into a lot of things. ZBrush is an awesome software, but it's hard to get into it. Where else? No. Because of my screen red. Okay. So here, it's a free sculpting software that you can play around with. It allows you to import objects, export objects, allows you to go to ZBrush as well if you want. But it's the kind of tool where it's got more sculpting stuff in it, but just allows you to play. Again, it's about play. It's not about, do I use these spheres or do I use the high-res model and bring it in here? No. It's about loading a simple model and going, okay, I want to play with stuff, right? Look at anything up there. hope nothing obscene now again. It does look a bit obscene, but yeah, it's just a simple. So I pulled this out.